Hey, it's Joe Glines from the Automator, and it's another episode of what we automated with AutoHotkey. Let me use Prompt Assistant to launch recently modified files and a bunch of other scripts. So it's going to update our, already connector path, recently modified files, change my DPI, add my URL tractor, turn on Do Not Disturb. All these URLs are going to be over my head here. They're automatically now pushed into there, which saves me a lot of time. Very cool. This email merge, like I said, I went through that before. I made a minor tweak to it. So, what was it? Oh, it was activating the spreadsheet, so I made it work. And what I do need to do, and I don't want to scroll down to it because I don't want to show the email, but I'm right now, I have the HTML email in this file, and it's just kind of annoying because the quoting and unquoting where I pipe in the mail merge stuff, like the first name and coupon codes and stuff. When I build a new one from scratch, I have to really kind of work to get the double quotes right and escaping them because our other tool uses the converting to HTML, converts them all to double quotes, but I'm wrapping this with anyway, it gets complicated. What I want to do is push that to a file, its own HTML file, and I'll read that file. It's not a big change, I just haven't made it yet. But that's what I want to do. Here's our AutoHotkey editor. It's not shared yet, but I think I can just double click here and launch it. So it's got some more work to do. Now that's interesting. Unless that's an earlier version. Let me close it. I know I have a hotkey right here because I'm starting to use it a lot more. It looks like it. But for some reason it's not. That's I'll have to show this to Irfan, interestingly enough. Now, these down here have options to display what version, and I don't know why it takes so long to close. It's a ridiculous amount of time to close. But let's launch it from here. Nope, still same issue. Interesting. And this is what happened last week. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. It's the DPI. Let me change my DPI. And I might have to restart this, but it might redraw it when I expand this. Let me close it and restart it. Yeah, no should be. Even if it doesn't kill the program, the GUI should get destroyed right away. So see the DPI, that's what that's. Now, we actually have a video we'll be releasing here in a while that is going to show how we can create a toolbar. And the toolbar will probably move the run and kill script into the toolbar and maybe these options as well. Because what I noticed was when I scroll up, suddenly these things at the bottom disappear, right? Which is bad. And obviously there's a problem with the DPI. When you change the DPI, that they disappear. So anyway, the tools, we have our launch settings, so you can choose where the V1 and V2 are for each one. You can choose your default version. We're going to be adding hotkeys and stuff, but we also have typing assist. And also, it's really cool. You don't have to save a file. You can run it right straight away. I don't remember if this is implemented, but I know it can pull up help somehow. Now, what we need to do, this will pull up the help for V2, but not focused on that word. So during the hero call, Isaiah gave Irfan some ideas on how to get around that and how to do it. He was pulling from the website, but boy, the forums website, autohotkey.com, is so buggy lately. I don't know if I really want to tie it to that. But we are building some really cool stuff. We can see that. I haven't looked at this. So wrap. Oh, it's only that. White spaces. So there's the dot in there. You can see that. Let me add a return. Oh, I didn't turn that on yet, though. View line return. Spaces instead of tabs. I don't know what. If I do a tab here. Oh, no. Yeah, I think that would shock Irfan. I have a hotkey that remaps the tab to insert a tab no matter what I do. Anyway, it's coming along. This tool is meant to be kind of an updated version of Toolkit, but written in V2 and allow us to do a little bit more than Toolkit and a little bit less also, because I'm not trying to add all the bells and whistles it had, but we are trying to make it where it has enough function where it's easy to use, so a person new to AutoHotkey has a solid editor, because SciTE's great, but SciTE has some problems with overwriting how it connects to AutoHotkey and how it'll drop you in to always edit it instead of running scripts. It's truly annoying, and we don't know how to fix it, so we're creating our own. And this is the beginnings of it, so we made a little more progress on that. And moving along, more work with that. Download, more work. Clone speech. So you'll be noticing here from our hero extracts, my son and I, we came up with a list of things and then created clone speak, and then we used we updated video sandwicher where it will put the intros and the outros on our extracts in the middle. So I'll show you the video sandwicher later, maybe, because we made some minor changes. Well, some changes to that, and I'll give you a quick overview of how it works. It slowed it down, but we need it to be accurate. So I'll explain that in a bit. Where was I? AI OCR. Connie had some issues with his, but I think we were going to work on, which actually hopefully Irfan saw that. We need to. It was insufficient funds, and our error wasn't a really good indication because it was coming up saying something, and Connie didn't realize that he was down to, I forget what he said, 12 cents or 2 cents or something on his account with the token. So this is a phenomenal tool, this AI OCR, and I think I've demonstrated it, but you can change the prompt to just say, hey, what do you see here? Instead of doing OCR, you can do a lot of different stuff with it. AI prompt assistant. This is one we've worked on. Where in prompt assistant, that's why we kind of built it, right? Is I can have my prompts or text or AutoHotkey scripts and blah blah blah. A lot of these are snippets. These are actually, let's see, that's tools I'm running. But here, these are snippets. So imagine this is your prompt. This will allow you to select your prompt and push it to AI very quickly for a question, right? So we're working on updating prompt assistant to connect to AI even more so. Transcribe and summary. This one, we'll go to this one of it. Yeah, we've updated it, so now you just have to have an Assembly AI account. That's what I guess this one is. Our transcriber tool can use just that, and let me see if I can just launch it from here. So now you can drag a bunch of files here. You can tell it whether, so here, if you want a summary, you can tell it, here's my prompt for the summaries, and then this is the create summary or not. But what's really cool is you can drag in like 10 files here, and it will transcribe all of them for you. It'll loop over them. And let's see here. Here you can choose your preferences for using Assembly AI for both the transcription. I think that's the only one we have for that because it's really good. And then you can just choose disable if you don't want to do any summaries. Then you don't need a separate token. But we do have it even with Assembly AI. With Assembly AI, you can submit your summary preference to Claude from within Assembly AI, so you don't need a Claude Anthropic token, which is really cool, right? So that saves you having to get another account. So you just use Assembly AI. Those are created in separate files, but again, it will loop over all the files that you feed it. So it's very, very cool. I'm just going to cancel out of that. Compare sets. Oh, this was a little update. Yeah, I need to, let me see here. Compare sets optimized. Yeah, so I had a really big list. Let me create a list of, let me open the folder. So I have two files here. One is compare sets, and one is compare sets optimized. So I'm going to, what you do is if you have a list of, let's say, email addresses or unique things that have unique number, IDs. I'm going to say word 1, word 2, and now if I drag this, the Excel should, yeah, it's going to keep going. And I'm going to make a long list because with short lists it doesn't really matter. All right, so here's 6,500. I'm going to, from here, I'm going to go up to, let's say, what? My shift got let go for some reason. Well, I'm going to copy it to there. And I don't know, there's something. Copy. Now I'm going to run this one, which is not optimized. So I'm going to paste. And then I'm going to come back to here, and we will make sure we overlap. This is it's a really cool tool, especially if you do a lot of SQL stuff or whatever. So now I'm going to go to the top here, so we'll definitely have overlap. Oops. Yeah, we can edit this section out. But we'll make sure we have some overlap. Here we go. Copy. And I'm going to paste it down here. Now, come on. Something is like working with my clipboard, my keystroke. So here we go. So I'm going to say, yeah, we'll trim white space in case there was. I'm not going to make it case sensitive. I'm going to run it. And you'll notice it takes a sec. Not a big second, right? It's considering how many it's looking at, but that's still, it took time. These are the ones that are only in list A. There's 1,449. These are the ones that only are in list B. And these are the overlapped ones, right? So this is the one I had. And I was doing something where I was... I'll actually talk to that in a bit here. But, can I copy from here? I can do... No. Oh, I want to copy from here. Here we go. So, now, I'm going to launch the new version. And I asked AI, hey, how can you optimize this? So, I'm going to paste that there. Go back to my other tool. Copy this. Paste it here. And now check this out. I'm going to trim white space and run it. Now, look at... That was like almost instantaneous. Right? So AI realized the biggest draw was in the redrawing. We were redrawing the list every time it added a new item, it was redrawing it. So it turned that off. So now it's a blink of the eye and bam, right? It's done. I haven't published this new version, the optimized version. I wanted Isaias or Irfan to review it and just make sure that, you know, it didn't change anything that shouldn't have been changed. But very, very cool. I love this script. If you have items that are you're only trying to compare, if you have multiple columns, you wouldn't use this tool, right? But if you just have one column, it's very simple to compare what's in my one list. This shows, and I have a hotkey, so Control-Shift-A will copy to the clipboard this list, Control-Shift-B will copy this list, and Control-Shift-C will copy both, right? So very, very cool. And thank you, AI. It did it in a heartbeat and did it wonderfully. MP3 Ripper. This one, boy, this has to do with the other stuff, but my son and I created those. We used the clone speak to create audio files of me restating different things in different ways, and we combined them. And then for some reason, we did it in VS Code. VS Code, for some reason, and this is another one I used AI to fix, so let me launch this one. Come on. Okay, so I applied my license. Now it'll start. And what had happened was, and this happens sometimes in Zoom too, when you drag it into DaVinci Resolve, it only has audio on one channel. It's really weird. I don't know enough about the stuff to understand that. But the when I extracted the audio files from DaVinci Resolve, they were only on the left channel. And I'm like, I want these on both channels, and I don't want to have to go edit them. So what I did was I ran them through our MP3 Ripper, but I asked AI, hey, the audio file is only on the left channel. I think I said, you know, left or right. How do I get it to where I can make it mono where it'll be on both? And so it just rewrote my FFmpeg code and added a button to the menu. I didn't ask it for this part. I just said, how can I get it to do a mono version so it'll play on both speakers? And it actually updated my GUI as well. And now I can drag files here. You can drag a lot of different file formats here, video formats and stuff, and it converts into MP3 files. If you wanted to, if you had the source code to this, you could easily make it not MP3, but, you know, other different types of audio formats. But we wanted a very simple tool. So it converts them to MP3. You can choose your audio quality or just keep it the same. Obviously, it doesn't, you know, optimize it up. But you can, if you want a smaller one, human speech is like, even at 32, it's okay. It's a little tinny. But 48 or 64, I use those a lot, and it sounds fine, right? But yeah, that was a really cool update to that. I haven't shared this one yet because I want the guys to review it because I used AI to do it. But man, it cranked it out. It was really cool to fix my audio files. And then, so I ran this tool. So let me open this tool. So what you do, and actually I think I put the file in. Let me see if I did. If I did, I'll just do a quick demo. Yeah. So we'll drag the... That didn't make sense. There we go. So this is the automator. Oh, okay. I didn't save them here. That's our standard background, like on my desktop, right? Now, what I can do is I can drag in audio files. Do I have one here? Probably do. Media. So let's say I had an MP3 file. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to drag it in, and it is going to create an MP4 file with this thumbnail. So yeah, it's kind of weird because you're watching a video that has a static picture, but it's really cool because now I have an MP4 file. I could upload it to YouTube if I wanted to. Does it pretty darn quickly. And let's see here. So track 6.
For your storing purposes, this is Quentin Reynolds.
So I just know because that's Dan Kennedy. That's a guy he's the king of direct marketing and a really good copywriter too. But this is the video file it created out of that audio file. So very, very cool. So I used that one. I'm not sure what I don't remember what change I made to that. Oh, because it didn't take MOV files. And so I just said, yeah, you can take MOV files. So I just changed the extensions it can handle. Here's our video sandwicher tool that I mentioned. So let me go ahead and launch it. And so these are boy, how many I have there? I don't know, 25 maybe, different intros and roughly the same amount of different outros. And so these will get prepended and postpended, and then you import, and as Irfan realized, we need to make this where you can drag a file here, so it's just easier, but you put your files here that you want, and it will concatenate it, and I can just say randomly select one from here, and randomly select one from here, and it's going to sandwich them. That's why we called it video sandwicher. It moves them all together, uses this fade in between them, so it's kind of nice flow. So very, very cool. I'm going to be using this one a lot on our hero extracts, just so I have a brief intro and a brief outro without having to manually do it every time. So very, very cool script there. FFmpeg. Oh, that's just still with video sandwicher. Change window title. Title color. No idea what that is. Oh, Irfan was working on that, where I don't know if that's actually a script or not, but if you noticed in this, I assume this is what he's referring to see how this title, the caption is yellow. I believe that's what he was working on. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We can share that somewhere. Yeah, why does that take so long to close? That's a mystery to me. Contact, newsletter tools. Yeah, I talked about those. So that's about it. Yeah, we had another crazy busy week. Isaias is still, we actually ordered him a generator, which it's going to cost me over $1,000 to actually get it to him and stuff. But the good news is, thankfully, he'll have power. When you live in a third world country, it's not a given. So hope you enjoyed that. If you like this, again, check out the Hero program. It's a really great club. We have 3 hours of calls a week. And, of course, also we have a private Telegram group, and members get discounts of 25% off of all of our courses if you pay us for doing done-for-you work, and all of our scripts as well. So hope you enjoyed that. I hope it really helps me out if you'd like this, if you liked the video, and have a great day. Cheers.